The day in my hardcore world has reached 300 and it's time to start flying. But I don't have an Elytra, neither I have any rockets. So it's time to beat the Ender Dragon and build the ultimate rocket factory that will produce me rockets fully automatically. I'm so tired of walking that I went right into collecting items to beat the Ender Dragon. I made myself a good bow, took a bucket of water and carved a pumpkin, then went to the nether and collected 2 stacks of ender pearls. Okay, let's throw up the ender pearl. How dumb am I? Of course I need the Eye of the Ender to locate the stronghold. It took me a couple of Eyes of the Ender and a good 10 minutes of walking, but I should be in the right place. Here it is, the stronghold. And I'm not even surprised that there is only 1 Eye of Ender installed. That's why I collected 2 stacks of ender pearls. Fingers crossed that I have everything necessary to beat the Ender Dragon. It's a bit scary to jump in, to be honest. Right away I started destroying the end crystals and then killing the Ender Dragon. This wasn't really an MLG moment, but at least I'm still alive. And the dragon is dead. This actually was really easy. Let's collect all the free XP and get to the second part of the job here in the end. And that is to find the Elytra. This seems like an end city with a ship. Yes, the first city has a ship. This is very good to see. I immediately made my way up, grabbed the Elytra, took the Ender Dragon head and made a mandatory picture with it. Then started collecting the shulker shells. Please let me get out of here, please, please, please. Oh, I didn't remember that fighting with shulkers was this intense. I then continued looting the end cities. I just realized that I held the bow and sword in the wrong hands. Now that I swapped it, the trick to get the looting tree enchantment on my bow should work. I looted like 6 or 7 end cities and got plenty of shulker shells. It's time to head home and start planning the rocket factory. Before I tell you about my plan, here is a life hack to build anything twice as fast in Minecraft. Use Wise Hosting to host the server and play with your friends. We offer blazing fast servers across the globe and features that every Minecraft player could imagine, because we built Wise Hosting with all our Minecraft experience. Host your world on Wise Hosting today and use the discount code HARDCORE to save 25% on your first month. I guarantee you won't be disappointed with our server hosting experience. Thanks Wise Hosting for that building life hack. But sadly I'm playing this series alone. Okay, but here is the rocket factory plan for real. To craft rockets we need 2 items, gunpowder and paper. Getting gunpowder is fairly simple, you just need a creeper farm, and as paper can be crafted from sugarcane, we need a sugarcane farm. The rocket factory will include these 2 farms together and an auto crafting system that makes sugarcane into paper and then all of that into firework rockets. This means 0 crafting for me. In theory it seems simple, but I spent over 6 hours designing the rocket factory from scratch in creative mode. When it was done and I looked at how many blocks I need, I was shocked. This would take ages to collect manually. So I came to the conclusion that I need a total of 4 new farms built in my world. First I need around 50,000 concrete in different colors. And here are the items for the first 2 farms, which are the gravity block tuber and a concrete converter. Now let's head to the stronghold. I just reached the end and I'm already taking advantage of it. This gravity block tuber is designed by Scorpio 03 and it will tube 72,000 blocks per hour. The gravity block tuber is ready after 40 minutes of building. Now let's turn it on and start building the concrete maker. This concrete maker is designed by Fortunate Diamond. I really like it because it's so simple to build and I can convert over 54,000 concrete every hour. Concrete maker is ready as well. I can finally start turning the concrete powder into concrete. After I was finished with making all the concrete powder into concrete, I put them, you know where? Into shulker boxes. Those things are great. I'm finally back home and have all the concrete needed for the rocket factory. But the struggles don't end here. Next I need like 5,000 spruce logs because for some reason crafting 6,000 trapdoors is so expensive. I do have a nice tree farm producing 20,000 logs per hour, but it needs 16,000 bone meal every hour to run it, which I obviously don't have. So that brings me to the third farm I need, a bone meal farm. All the necessary items collected. I'm heading to the industrial district where the tree farm is located. The bone meal farm is going to be built under the tree farm, because I kinda want stone with my silk touch pickaxe. I used to only get cobblestone, so I have enough of that. But I think it's also a great idea to make some farms hidden. It took me over 2 hours to dig this here. I do have an efficiency 5 pickaxe, but if I ever need to do this again, I definitely want the haste 2 beacon. As I said earlier, the tree farm needs 16,000 bone meal every hour. I kept that in mind when choosing the farm design. And this one that is designed by Silly Ultimate will make me 16,600 bone meal per hour. Absolutely perfect farm for me. Another 2 hours has passed by and the bone meal farm is ready. It took a bit longer to build because I even connected it directly with the tree farm and added a cool extra level next to these chests. With this lever I can choose if I get bone meal to the chests or it goes directly to the tree farm. It's time to test out the madness that I have made here. It started and kept on running, which made me very happy, because that means new bone meal is being generated, and the tree farm can now run infinitely for free. Turning off the tree farm. And I love what I see in the collection chests. A ton of spruce logs. I have spent 6 hours and I'm closer than ever to start building the rocket factory. I have one final farm to build. And it is the Froglight farm, because I need 140 verdant Froglights. Here are the items for the Froglight farm. Trying to find the right biome while walking on top of the nether roof is pretty hard, to be honest. But I finally found the basalt delta. Let's get to building. The Froglight farm is almost done. I just need to collect some frogs. And that's why I'm in the mangrove swamp. I got some tadpoles and white frogs. Then with the tadpoles I can get the 2 other colors of frogs as well. Here I am in the nether and walking with 12 frogs to the Froglight farm. After I had finished the Froglight farm, I AFK'd in the farm for a couple of minutes. And here is the result. I now have over 140 verdant Froglights, and that ticks off the last thing I needed for the rocket factory. I have chosen this plains here as my rocket factory building spot, and I also brought here all the items I collected. It's been such a long collection process, and that's why I'm so happy I can finally start building it. I started with doing some landscape to make the area look like I wanted. Then I started to build the legs of the rocket factory. The legs of the rocket factory are finished, but the landscaping around it still looks awful. Time to do even more landscaping. The time it took to just make the landscaping ready is pretty impressive. It took me 5 hours, but it still looks kind of odd, because I haven't added any grass around here. As you probably understand, I have made the rocket factory legs overgrown with nature. I wanted to have a look like this place has been here for ages, and the nature is starting to overtake it. Little bone meal here and there, and that is the result. Pretty cool, right? Although I haven't built any farms yet. Time to change that. The bottom part of the rocket factory will be full of creepers. These creeper farms all have a dispenser in the corner to dispense out water, which pushes down all the creepers. And to prevent spiders from spawning, I had to use some slabs in the middle of the spawning platform. 3 hours later and all the 4 creeper farms are ready. If everything is built correctly, it should make like 6000 gunpowder per hour. Not bad, considering that usually creeper farms need to be built really low in the ground. I continued with building a simple bubble column elevator in the middle of the creeper farms. Then using a lot of white and red concrete to make walls around the creeper farms. After the creeper farm part was ready, it was time to start building the sugarcane farms. Building the most compact floor for the sugarcane farm is done, but that's only the first one. I will build another one next to it. Both sugarcane farms are now ready, and they're producing combined around 3000 sugarcane per hour. I don't want it to be less than gunpowder production, so that means only one thing. I need a second layer of sugarcane farms. I hated building the water patterns for the sugarcane on the first floor, and on the second floor it was even more painful for me. But the progress has been amazing. I have finished the creeper farms and now the sugarcane farms as well. Also, I have made elevators and staircases to walk around the rocket factory. And all of this building has taken me 15 hours, but there is still a little bit of work to do. I built the roof on top of the sugarcane farm and then started to do the last part of the factory. And that is the auto grafting system. It is actually the first time that I'm properly using the auto grafters. And no surprise, but I really like them. Only thanks to the auto grafting, I can make this a fully automatic rocket factory. After the auto grafter part was ready, the last thing was to wire everything to the control panel. And when that was done, I closed off the huge rocket that I built. Everything is ready. This here is the most advanced rocket factory ever, making you gunpowder and sugarcane, and then auto-grafting them together into 20,000 rockets every single hour. I made it very simple to use this awesome factory. I just need to stand here in the red concrete block, and then I can switch on the gunpowder, sugarcane, and finally the auto-grafting part. And when I turn around, I should see rockets go up from the water stream. It's as simple as that. In total, it took me 6 hours to do the planning in creative mode, 9 hours to collect all the items, and then 18 hours to finally build it. In total, that makes me tired. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. See ya in the next hardcore episode. Bye!